Hello and welcome back to Adventure 82. We're at the Dales Countryside Museum, which is quite interesting because one, it'll help us teach you about the Dales where we're living, but also it doubles up because you see this building here that says Dale Countryside Museum. You can see it's quite old. The reason it's so old and the reason the door at the side here is so big is because this is the old horse station from the Wensleydale line. So you would have had a water tower at the back, which is a round building. This would have been actually a small engine shed, and you've got the main station building there. So there's also some railway history here, and it looks like also some old railway carriages. So let's go have a look. Boo.
Hey. Come on. Look. Don't specify, I don't think.
What kind of coral is it? Does it say? Oh, it does say, look. Assorted brachiopods are one of the most ancient types of animal. They date from the Cambrian period around 500 million years ago. So these were found around here in the Dales.
I'm pretty sure it's the one up above next to it.
Yeah?
This one. It literally says coral. That's how I know that's coral.
Right, so what are they all different types of coral? Are they, or some of them? You know more about this stuff than me.
I think some of these might just be fossils. I'm not sure.
Oh, okay, so you think so? But they were all found around here, though. Right.
Okay, second one.
What? There's another one.
There's 4.
Okay, so go on then.
Stone.
Yeah. But the Dales are known for their
Nothing
stone.
like some nice solid rock, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah. These.
What's this? So you've got an axe, old axe head. This must be from the Stone Age, because they're made out of stone. Yeah. A flint blade, an arrowhead, and a knife, or what's left of it. And there's a massive stone there. You can see that would have been a mould for an axe head. You can see the axe shape in it.
Okay. Before we move on to the third one, got a question for you, Daddy.
What's that?
After this, what material did we move to making stuff like this?
Metal, didn't we?
Ta-da!
Oh, okay.
That's what this 4th one's about.
Oh, okay. So this is one, so switched to metal, is it? So we've gone from stone to metal now, have we? Oh, wow.
Look.
Here you got like a proper eye in there, look.
Yeah, I know.
What's this? A can? That's an old can opener. A tinder box. Do you know what a tinder box is?
No.
It's the box you keep, like things that are easily set on fire to start an actual proper fire with. And you've got a tobacco jar there as well. What's on the other side, Blade?
Got stuff like scissors and scissors and candle holders.
And a very large nose on a pipe.
For some reason.
Those scissors look lethal.
Gee. Anyway, this one also used to make things.
Wood.
Nothing like some good old solid wood.
So now we're at the wood, are we?
Tree bones even.
I should point out these materials that have been used over the years to make things in the Dales area. These are all things that were found around the Dales.
That's supposed to be a mushroom. It looks like an egg on a...
Darning mushroom from Ascari, yeah.
It looks like an egg on a stick.
It does look a bit, doesn't it? Strobers used when making rag rugs. So we used to make, so these are tools for making rugs with and knitting. Okay.
We've got a butter roller over here.
Everybody needs clothes. They've got a what up?
Butter roller.
Is that what the thing is with like what looks like a plant pressing on it?
No, the thing that looks like a wheel.
Yeah, and it's got like a plant pattern in it.
Oh yeah, that it does.
Yeah.
That.
So you rolled that on your butter, did you?
I guess it literally says there it's a butter marker or roller. I assume from the marker name it was used to mark the butter for some reason.
And how much do you not want to annoy him?
Oh, there's a 5th one.
Is there? What's the 5th one, Blade?
I love how it's just a bunch of foliage.
What's this? Oh, it's a cockle pot. This earth cockle pot is decorated with brown glaze and yellow slip decoration. The inscription on the lid reads Thomas Ruth Gale Wensdale. Oh, they've changed the way they spell Wensleydale. Yorkshire, 1815. The Ruth family had connections with Guile near Halls and at one time on Guile Mill. I'll have to look into that for you guys. But I'm not sure, but guessing by the window, this would have been outside at one point. One of the outside points of the station looks like would have been the side entrance into what would have been the engine shed. Right, so you can see probably the doorway behind me into the darkness. I'm supposed to show you what it was like in the lead mine. So let's have a look inside here. Look how low they had to get in places. I like the candles. Oh, someone's busy at work. I don't know if you can make that out in here. GoPro I chose today. I didn't know it'd be in low light. GoPros aren't brilliant in low light, but hopefully you can see. Oh, and then we go back out to daylight. Very tough, dirty work mining in general, whether it was lead mine or anything else. Some of the stuff they would have found. Look. Farming now. See, so this was a big farming, mining. There were the two main things throughout the Dales. And you can see with all the various tools and equipment. Look at that. I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you did notice before, you'll have noticed that the can opener we were showing you when we were looking at the stuff with Blade was actually from West Whitton, where we're from, where we're living these days. But so I mean, look how well worn those shoes are.
Nice leather boots.
Oh, Blade's found. What's this? Minerals.
Lots of pretty gems.
That's pretty. Literally, it's very pretty. So many.
Bet that you would love this.
It's quite rich in minerals, as you can tell, because obviously the lead mining and stuff in the area. Look at the bath. That's pretty cool. Look at all these old bone pipes as well. Mine is clay pipes. Oh, what clay? Okay. Pipe smoking was popular until after the First World War, and was not considered to be harmful. Yeah, there was a time when smoking was actually considered to be very good for you medically. Now, you'd struggle to find any doctor to tell you that. Right, so all this is a typical workshop for a tinsmith, not a blacksmith, a tinsmith. They only work with copper and tin. See, it says here, tinsmiths were usually based in towns and the occasional village, although much less numerous than blacksmiths. Tinsmiths played a valuable role in the community, working in copper as well as tin, and they made back cans for carrying milk, tea cans, pails, pans, loaf tins, heather burners and kettles. In addition to producing new items, the tinsmith also repaired broken items, which is something that's somewhat lacking in our society. We don't fix as much as we used to. We tend to throw it away, and that's something that in the last few years people have been trying to change. Yeah, we definitely need to go back to fixing things. We've got the same stuff here. This is for people who are doing... So what's this area for? Let's have a look. This is for... this is a hooping wheel. Oh, okay, so this was used for... Oh, it's for making tyres. It's for putting the metal wheels, the metal tyres there onto the wooden cart wheels. So that's what that's for. That looks like a hard job too. Look, there's two guys there. You can see them in the picture. They're heating it up with a fire outside. And you have to put it on top, pour water on it for it to cool down, like you can see in the picture here. And then it would shrink down to size. And then you had to shape it. What's Erica seen? Oh, look at that. See, it's this one. Look, it's from West Whitton again.
My first one
See,
is
it says
railway
Seahead, West Whitton.
characters.
Blaze has just been over here looking at the shoemakers bit.
Yes, the squirrel thing.
Squirrel?
Yes, so basically we have a lanyard.
Right.
This is my age group. So it has a different age group. It's 5 to 11 because I'm 9.
Right.
Mine's 11 plus because I'm 12.
Right.
And we basically have to do the activities on it. And we have bags as well.
Oh, okay.
And we have puppet squirrels. Hers is Mr. Squirrel and mine is Norman.
Right, okay. So you and Norman have been looking at the shoemaking, which again is much a process. So this would have been for shaping, polishing the shoe, this big metal tool at the back here that would have been motorised. By the foot, by the looks, it's chain propelled, so a bit like a pedal. You would have pedalled, pushed on the pedal down there, it would have went a bit like a bicycle. So the better you were at doing that, the easier the job was, because the faster wheel would have spun within reason, otherwise you would have made a hole in it. And you can see these. A lot of people don't know what these are. These are what they call shoe trees. You can actually still buy these from some of the more, well, classes upmarket shoe shops. A lot of places, like old school places, I don't know if they still exist, but like back when I worked at Austin Reed, they used to sell a brand of shoes called Churches. There was another one called Cheney. There was a couple of others. Those people still make these shoe trees, because the idea is you put them in the shoe and they help the shoe keep its shape. But also the other idea behind a shoe tree, or a home shoe tree anyway, is to stretch the leather, make the shoe more comfortable without you having to wear it all the time. So it has the effect of stretching leather as if you're wearing it without you actually wearing it. But yeah, so many tools here, and he must have done horseshoes and healing and stuff as well. Hard work. A lot of this work, as you can see, is much more kind of heavy manual labour than a lot of the jobs you get these days. Right, so we've now found the chemist.
I drugs here.
It's the chemist. Of course there's a lot of drugs. Look at it though. Wouldn't see it like this now. It's all powders. Probably some of them are still in use. I'd imagine a lot of the powders they used back then still aren't in use. Lydia knows a lot about the old medicine. She finds it quite interesting. If I can ever get her on camera to tell you something, maybe she can enlighten you. But I know there's quite a few old school powders and things that through the years have been proven are to not have an effect or too dangerous to be used. But they would have mixed them by hand back in the day with pestle and mortar, maybe with a bowl if there was some liquid, and then put it in a little bottle like this for you, and then you'd have taken that with you. And you can see they've also got the doctor's tools. There's a gas mask in there as well, so I don't know if this is like World War II maybe period. Right, so this is showing you a typical Dale's kitchen, apparently back in the day. So when I say back in the day, these are based around the 1800s, these, what they're showing you. And there's your cooker. Now, it's not particularly well lit up, but I hope you can see it. Now, we've got a big fireplace like this in our house, in our dining room, and this is actually what would have been in it back in the day. But now it's just a big open fireplace. But they're so cool, and probably, to be fair, more energy efficient than when we're using electricity these days. I'm not sure. I always find looking back into the past like this, as you can probably tell from the stuff I've done on the channel, genuinely quite fascinating. Because there's so much you can learn from the past, and sometimes some of the things we've left in the past we should have brought forward with us, and maybe things would be better now. But right, we've got a farmer here. There he is. Looks like he's been milking his cow. Blade, do you want to milk a cow? Why?
Well, do I need to? All I'm gonna say is the idea of me doing that is utterly insane.
Blade likes his puns. If you're not used to the channel, you won't know that. But there's a little, looks like a kid's thing here. What's this?
Push out.
Okay, the milk was taken from the... Okay, so this is guides children through the process of milking and making milk. Obviously, then you had the sheep shearing as well. Obviously, very well known for wool up in the Dales.
I know I'm not feeling sheepish.
There's so many sheep. There's a lady there doing her knitting. Look at that. Queen Victoria painted on there. I imagine that would have been hand painted, being it's the 1800s. Well, that's stunning. That's very, very pretty. What's this say? The terrible knitters ident. Right, okay, so someone's like, look at that. That so clever. done recently as well. See, look, the year 2000, someone or some group of people spent a long time making that. So much that went on in this relatively, even now, unpopulated area compared to the cities now. And there's still a lot going on now. Overshot, what's it say? Overshot water turns the wheel. Right, okay, so this should turn then. Blade's going to turn it. Look, oh, the other side's broken. But that should turn this, should it? Okay. Okay. That's quite cool. I do like a good mechanism. That's quite funky.
Fine. Oh no, oh no.
All the books on the knitting. There's a craft area for the kids, which I'm pretty sure Blade isn't going to want the kids to find, his little sisters, but there's a craft area here for small children. And there's the strangest looking cuddly border collie I've ever seen. Someone else spent a long time on that, but Mary looks fluffier.
Stroke the doggy.
Stroke the doggy. Oh, Blade. Because outside by what you would have been the platform, because obviously, as I mentioned before, this used to be a train station. There's a whole train of carriages, preserved carriages, with various displays, and we'll also have a look at those. But yeah, I would recommend, if you're visiting the North Yorkshire Dales, do make a trip up to Hawes and go and see this countryside museum. It's a very good look into the past, and a window into just how the Dales came to be such a prominent place in English history, with iron mines, lead mines, the knitting, the wool. You know, the people, obviously, you have the big powers like London and Manchester, and the big cities obviously all played a massive part during the Industrial Revolution, but I think it's understated just how much of that was actually done by the navvies who laid the railways, and the people who were down in the mines, and a lot of them lost their lives during that process, that made and helped to shape Britain into what it would become over the decades and centuries. So I think it's a good thing to visit here and just remember all those things that people went through, not just in Britain though, and obviously all over Europe and stuff. But yeah, let's go have a look at these railway carriage displays.
It's nice. Yeah.
You like their music, do you?
Yes.
They're listening to songs that you can listen to that they used to sing whilst they were knitting in the area, the big knitting houses. It's worth noting, actually, before we go down to the train area, where I said that the reason that this whole thing that we're looking at now stopped is because the Industrial Revolution happened. So when the Industrial Revolution happened, you had steam engines that were then powering these big massive mills who had like hundreds of people employed in one place. There was no way that like the small places down here in the Dales could keep up with that kind of demand, so that drove them eventually out of business, and some people even into the cities so they could carry on doing what the only job they knew how to do. That's a sad side of it, but still. Right, so this is the train and the old platform, which hasn't had a train run up to it since 1959. I don't know what train they've got on the end though. Looks like it's part of the cafe. We'll get a shot of the train later. They've turned part of this here into a bat roost, which is quite cool to help the bats. This section here of the station is now the cafe, and then you've got the main engine shed area, or what would have been, I believe, the water tower at the end there, which is the galleries we've just been in. And you can see the road bridge over there. That's stunning. Right, first thing I've got is an old school desk from Yorebridge School in Bainbridge. And the school desk was used by infants at Askrigg School. Look at that desk. Anybody remembers using these desks, let me know, because I know they were still in the early 1900s, and it's actually going into the 1940s in some places. Look at this. That's the old style schools. People hard at work on the farms. Hard work, but in some ways life was easier, some ways it was harder. Look at that. Right, so let's have a look through here. So, we've got a very squeaky door, look at that. Right, old school abacus, old way of teaching maths, obviously no calculators, and of course little chalkboards and rubbers. Some of these old school memorabilia bits are quite astounding. There's the teacher's old chalkboard, look at that, covered in some plastic to protect it. But can you tell Blade's coming in? He's found the squeaky door. And of course you've got the kids' toys. Kind of stuff kids would have played with back in the day, including Some Things Don't Change, a train set. Do like the old-fashioned bike. Because it's Yorkshire, there had to be a sled. Even the old scooter. I had a red scooter with yellow wheels. Not like that one, but yeah. And then you go through here and we've got... so we're going more into lifestyle area now. Right, so... I'm going into how they used to have the cattle shows and feasts, which in some places still do, like West Whitton hold the West Whitton feast, which I'll go over with you when we do the Burning Bartle video. So many horse shows and things that went on in these places. There's even an old organ here, look at that. I wonder if that's from a church. Looks like the kind of thing you'd have in a church, or maybe a very grand house. Somebody's busy there, we're playing the music there, the orchestra. Not even the Gunners band, see? You got the old church pews and things. These are all from churches that are no longer in use. Edgeworth Chancellor Linton Church, you can still visit. I've been told they're very nice. I haven't been there yet. Fountains Abbey, that's a future video, we'll be going there, don't you worry about that, guys. It's literally a time capsule. If you need to see this. And this is showing policing throughout the years as well. Look at that. Midland Bank. I do remember Midland Bank. Well, this is roadwalks in Horse from the 1930s. Traffic became heavy and roads required more maintenance. Today maintenance work has to take account of the character of the Dales. Back then it didn't. You can see there, they've kept their cobbled roads. You can see there's too similar to one of the daily videos where I showed you the old Stoneford Leyburn in West Whitton, showing you which way to Leyburn, which way to Hawes. That's the kind of thing they used to have. And we're going back into the railways and the history of the area that we're in. Even down the old United buses, remember those? They were still running those in Jersey in the 80s actually. Right. And this is, I'm not sure what this is. A gentleman reading the paper out in the pen. That's quite cool. Blade's making a racket there, I wonder what he's up to. So there's a sand pit here. Oh, okay. You have to feed the animals. There's lots, if you've got kids actually, that brings me to the next thing. if you've actually got children, we'll go back this way so Blake can finish his puzzle. If you do have kids, this is the ideal place to come because there's so many interactive things to teach them about the natural world, the world around them, why you should take care of it, how to take care of it. It's a very worthwhile thing to do as well for that reason. So do visit here. And just notice there's even the old toilets on the train. So yeah, do come here. Where I believe once the kids are done in the play area, are going to go into the cafe where I'll get you some shots of the train. And we'll have a look at some more history to do with this area, to do with the train station area. And also there's a lot more stuff coming about the Wednesdale Railway in due course, so keep eyes peeled for that because that's coming very, very soon. Right, so just before we go to the cafe, I thought I'd show you a bit more around the train station area. I don't know what this is though, so I know there's somebody out there who does, but I don't know what it is. Looks like at one point it used to open, but it definitely don't now. So what it is, I don't know. I know there's someone out there who does. But yeah, we'll have a look around this area now. Look down here towards the gate, you can see where the railway used to come in. Not as wide as it used to be because obviously trees and stuff have been planted since. And that's your station. So you've got a second platform, it used to be double tracked. Now obviously, because the country museum's here, a lot of this is, and rightfully so, used out the countryside. So this is like a little badger area to try and help the badgers. Gives you a nice view of the carriages here too, on the tracks. You can see how they're held in place. I'm not even sure if they're actually in working. I think the top halves are quite well restored. The roofs are looking a bit rough. They're looking relatively decent nick, to be honest. I think I was told by somebody they're like 1930s, 1940s train stock, those coaches. And you've got, this would have been the waiting building here on the second platform. See, it says here, railway waiting platform. From this railway waiting room, journeys began and new stories started. Each time you come to the Dales, you add to the story that people have been writing for centuries. You can't get in there now. That's actually part of the offices for the and storage for the staff who work here, but that would have been the waiting room back in the day. And you've got the most grand watermill. Now I don't know if you ever watched my video back in Jersey on Digilon Mill, but this is the kind of water wheel that would have been on there back in the day. In fact, two of these would have been on it. And it's just a stunning piece of engineering. Look at that. That's just wonderful, that is. And our train is, it's the British Railways tank engine. Now it's a 6-wheel tank engine, 67345. Now if I'm not mistaken, there's someone, or I'm sure there'll be somebody to tell me if I am, this is the actual train that if you watch the Reverend Audrey stories that Percy was based upon. I don't know the proper name for it though, but I'm sure somebody out there will. You can see that's the over road bridge, that's still in use. And what I think is actually quite cool is if you come back here, you can actually see exactly how the track, narrow gauge track that would have been laid inside the mines, which you saw at the beginning of the video, and the carts they would have used to bring all that stone up to the surface. Horse Station played a massive part in that, because Horse Station back in the day would indeed have actually been part of the transporting process for those lead mines. And then down there's now a nature trail, but you would have had your train that would have gone straight through there. But that's part of the Wensleydale route, which we'll look at, like I say, more closely back in time. But that's stunning. If I've got time, and I'm hoping I will, I'll get you a shot of the railway from on top of the bridge, because I'm pretty sure that'd be quite awesome. But otherwise, we're going to go to his favourite place, which is a cafe. So he'll get food. All right, guys. So I'll see you after the cafe. Right, so we're now at the cafe. The girls, as I mentioned, have these bags. They're really quite cool. They're SEN bags. For anybody who doesn't know what SEN is, it stands for Special Educational Needs. So if you've got kids who are autistic or have sensory needs, that kind of stuff, these bags are made to help with their visit and make it more interesting, more accessible for them. They come in 2 different age groups, which the girls mentioned to you earlier on in the video. However,
Where?
the girls are going to show you
Take the bug.
what the difference is between the bags. So let's now go to them. Right, so you guys want to start by showing the people what's the same with the bags?
So, Mr. Squirrel. Norman.
Right, what else is there?
So, we also have, these aren't the same, so I'm not going to show you it yet. There's also, we both also have the same. I haven't gotten to that yet.
You've got a timer of you each?
Yeah.
Right, 5-minute timer that is, isn't it?
Yeah.
It says 5 minutes on top.
Something
Right.
Daddy was fiddling with before he started filming.
Right, what else have we got though? Have you both got a book, have you, or?
Yeah. Yeah. We've also one thing at a time. Daddy said the book, so we're doing the book.
Right, where's the book?
I've got my book. It's
So,
2 different books.
You've got Who's on the Farm, you've got...
The Good Night Train Rolls On.
Right, so Blaze has got a farm book, you've got a train book. Blaze is going to probably say that's the wrong way around because you'd rather have the train book. Right, what else have we got? We've
also both got a torch that you do this.
Right.
So it powers it up.
Mine's different, you have to spin this.
Okay, so yours has got a pressy button, yours is a wind-up torch.
Yeah, so basically you have to turn it on, do this.
Oh, okay, that's cool. But they're both batteryless torches.
They were actually for the cave before.
The cave?
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't like the dark. I saw Blaze had one of those rings. Hers was blue.
Mine's blue.
Right, so you get a sensory blue ring. I know you both got ear defenders as well, didn't you?
Yes, the horse.
The most uncomfortable thing in the world. They make you feel like you're in the water. I hate the water. So if you don't like water, don't buy these.
Don't buy them.
Yes.
What they are... We'll divert from them for a minute. What they're meant for is if you're not certain, and if you have kids who already use them, you'll know exactly what they're for. What they're for is they're for kids who have sensory issues with loud noises. They put them over their ears. It makes life more bearable for them. And that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, Charlotte and Blaze aren't so keen.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
These are mine, okay?
So she doesn't have to use these because she has those.
I have these instead.
Yeah, no, these are a good option. This is what Blaze does have a problem with loud noises, but she doesn't like the ear defenders. So what she's showing is you can actually get earplugs instead if you don't like ear defenders, or your child doesn't like ear defenders.
They're called ear loops or something like
Ear
that.
loops. There you go. And they come in different colours too.
Yes,
Now.
and purple, because it's the best colour.
Now, the things that are different.
Right, so you get... You're going to show them one thing's different
no,
each.
it's not different. Yeah,
What's it? Oh.
Oh, you ready?
Oh,
I was fiddling with this before.
magnifying glass. Right, okay. Right, so...
Hello.
Right, okay. Do you want to show the people before they fall asleep? Right, so you show them one thing's different each. You've got a poppy thing. Are they called poppets?
Yes.
Yep.
But wait,
This is a sheep.
You've got a sheep. You've got a...
batty, batty, bat, bat, bat.
It looks like the Batman
bat.
symbol.
Batty, 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 bat. Bat, bat.
Right, okay.
And then...
What else you got?
Now, this is mine and Blaze's favourite part of the bag.
is it?
So basically
Right.
get one out at a time.
One out at a
Start
time.
with the biggest one, okay?
As you can see, Blade is watching whilst drinking his Coke.
Moo moo cow.
Okay. And you've got a horse,
And then
Rabbit.
a bunny.
Ducky.
Is that a duck or is that a goose?
I'm sure.
Looks like a goose, right?
Squirrel.
I've got a thing for squirrels. There's lots of squirrels.
Squirrel.
Right, you've got a badger. That's quite cool. Haley likes badgers. Auntie Haley likes badgers.
Did you see that they have badgers
Fox.
around
Yeah.
here somewhere?
Fox.
Yeah.
Charlotte has the
Yeah.
better animals. That's
Okay.
all of mine.
Right, so that's Blaze and Charlotte playing a game of what's in the bag.
What's
They did
in
like
the bag?
we saw
What's in the bag?
over
I want
there,
to see of it.
as you remember, the thing there as well for the actual real life badges. So yeah, these sensory things, a good option if you've got kids with sensory needs and stuff. We're in Swaledale. That's where this country museum is. This Horsley class is Swaledale. The other half of the Dales is classed as Wensleydale. Depends which side of the river you are, essentially. So this is River Swale. The River Yore becomes River Swale, and this is where the old bridge used to be that took the railway across, and then further on and up to the Dale. You can see there the next stop from here would have been Garsdale. You can see one of the old support stones is there, but the centre buttress is still very much in place, very solid. You could quite easily put a bridge back on these same supports, to be honest, with after some maintenance work, obviously. So that's quite cool. But for many a time, you used to have your train come down from here and through. Right, so we're now on the main road, on the railway bridge. So, if you want to get some shots from the top of the bridge, try and explain to you where the railway came from, and also because it's quite a good view. So, we'll start this side, where the pavement is. Char's side's come and be nosy.
Yeah.
So you can see down there,
I can't see.
that's where the train would have come out in the clearing section here. Came out on an angle, and this is where we were looking before. As you can see there where the old bridge would have gone across then to carry the line further up and past the sheep there, if you can see them that way. The other way, which is the way that we've come from, which is where the museum is and the old station building is, it's slightly different, and that's a stunning view of the museum.
Babe.
So you can see there the train would have gone off down there through the trees down that way, which I showed you previously. You can see it's actually quite a long platform. You can imagine this being the kind of place that like kids would have probably stood during the days of steam and watched the train go one side, poof underneath, and run across the bridge to watch it come out from underneath. But stunning thing. So like I say, station shut in 1959. It was never a massive success anyway. Train was run by the North Eastern Railway. North Eastern Railway had a few different ore spurs from the main line. Wensleydale was one of them. They had Catterick Camp, which was another railway. That was a military railway that came off. There is a section of the Wensleydale line still open. That section that's now owned by the Wensleydale Railway, that was actually originally kept open because the military were using it to take stuff to and from Redmere. We will look at that at another video. But for the time being, that's the end of this one from the Countryside Museum out here in the Dales in Swaledale. I hope you liked it. It's nice to return back to the kind of videos that the channel's known for, so I do hope you've enjoyed it. If you haven't already, do subscribe, because it helps the channel immensely. It really does. And if there's anywhere throughout the Dales you would like us to go and visit, or you think we're worth doing a video on, do let me know. Obviously I'm new to the area when you moved in June, but otherwise you guys take care of yourselves and we'll see you soon. But until then, it's goodbye from me and goodbye from Charlotte.
Bye bye. dog toys. That's the one you can play tug of war with that one. Break that one. And then we have tentacles here. And then the rest is just kids if you want to. So. These pencils are cool. Look at those. They have plain orange. Boring, right? Look at the marbles though. That's cool. Look at that one. Look at that one. Oh, these are annoying. These are really annoying. There's something I can show you guys. Not bad. Well, I mean, if you're Paul or Daddy, that will be fierce, but... Hello, Daddy.
Hello, are you still filming on my camera again?
Yeah.
Why?
I showed them the toys and I was about to show them the bath things.
Charlotte,
Yeah.
I said a little bit of video, not a lot.
Now it's 1 minute and 9 or something.
I can see it on the front of the camera.
Oh, good.
Stop filming on my camera.
No.
I'll take it away.